Hey, good Monday morning, my friends. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update. Thanks for joining me. Um, First off, Tracy and Tom Newport. Be the last time I watch you. You say watching on YouTube and it's off. You can't even watch it. What's wrong with you people? Have no idea what you're talking about. You probably have to give us more details. Maybe contact us individually, M. Torriger at MLive. Of course, if he can't figure out how to watch it, he's probably not here either. So, hey, good morning, my friends. Let's get into it. What I'm calling an active week. Active in very warm temperatures, active in some scattered thunder showers, and then eventually by sometime late Thursday or Friday morning, a strong cold front and the possibility of severe weather, which we're already being highlighted in. And I would agree that the general look is for severe weather. So I'm going to start with what the consultants in TV told me never to do. I'll start with the in-depth stuff. Okay, so here's your upper airflow from the deterministic mode of the European, which means the single run that they use the most often, but can be bad when we get out into the future. And what it shows is as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, you see that storm that's down in the Gulf of Mexico now, heading northward. By the way, I got to avoid the word Gulf of whatever because MLive uses what the AP, Associated Press, will call it, and until they officially change what they call it, then it's still called what it was called, and it puts us meteorologists, who are not politicians, in a very awkward position. So this is that storm on Thursday into Friday, that upper air storm. That's a strong one for mid-May, and it usually means there's a significant severe weather outbreak somewhere. Just depends on the timing and the location. And we go cooler into the weekend, but then early next week, the ridge blows right back up with another upper-level storm system coming our way. So I would say our severe weather season is going to be right on track the last half of May, the first half of June, and then if the storm track lifts northward, it would seem to quiet down some after that. Okay, Carmelita says she doesn't understand that there's an waiting time. Yes, we let it build. I don't have any set time, but I let it build for maybe 30 seconds. Maybe I should start right off. So that's a tweaking we could do. This is May 27th, and that is a very warm pattern for Michigan. Now we go to the Europeans ensemble, 51 tweaks averaged together. Same forecast, just see if it says the same thing. It says that Wednesday storm system will lift northward as it weakens. It says that the Thursday, and Friday storm will be a strong one, a strong upper level storm. But in this case, that's strong dynamics, but it might only translate to 1 or 2 hours of wetness and 15 minutes of severe thunderstorms. So just because it's a strong system doesn't mean it's a long duration wet pattern. And then next week, another one of these systems comes through from the west-southwest. And as we close out the month of May, the overall atmosphere looks, on average, warmer than normal. I thought I'd show you this because we're going to be talking about 80s, some 80s, low 80s for the most part, most areas this week at times. And those are not record high temperatures. So what you're seeing here is today's actual forecasts that would be record highs. So this is going to be, again, kind of bizarre out in the Dakotas where it could be 96 degrees, 97 degrees, somewhere in there. The western part of the UP in the upper 80s, but not a record high. Tomorrow could be a record high in the far western part of the UP. Wednesday, Thursday, the records get closer, 85 to 90. Madison and into northern Illinois. But look at the low temperatures. Low temperatures will be warm too. And these are the record low warm temperatures expected. By Wednesday, the Sioux could only drop to 54, which would be a record low. And I think that Friday morning might be quite warm before the cold front comes through. So southern Michigan, like Ann Arbor and Battle Creek, could have record warm low temperatures. All right, so now what I'm showing you here are the 6-hour rainfall totals. I want to show this to you so that let me back up to just me here. The scenario is the storm system lifts northward from the Gulf of Mexico, weakens, and so we start to get scattered instability thunder showers. Not these well-defined areas of rain that move across the whole state, but we get little pockets. So that's why I'm showing you that kind of forecast today. 6-hour total rainfall. And what you'll get is that the showery pattern shifts into Michigan late tomorrow and then kind of meanders around for Wednesday, and then that strong cold front moves through with a burst of thunderstorms. Again, on these kind of situations, we're going to the time of the year where the quicker the blast, the sooner it's passed. So, hey, 63 strong here on the chat. Thank you for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We do this every weekday and during severe weather, somewhere between 8:30 and 9:30. We send out an alert that says I'll be going live, and then it might take a minute before you get to see me because I wait, because the alert doesn't go to everybody all at the same time. If I go right away, then I get people say, well, I didn't get the alert until 2 minutes you started. So, you know the old adage, you can't make everybody happy. So try to wait a little bit, and then here I am. But if you see the push alert, then you know it's going to start soon here. All right, back to the weather. So today is a great day. Starting to get dry, though, so we do need the showers and thunder showers coming in. Also note that I pick my words. Oh boy, here I go off on tangents, but I got to give it to you. I pick my words. I don't want to use the word wisely, but when I say a word in weather, I've decided. So rain to me is a pretty steady rain. It'll last for some hours. Shower means off and on. Thunderstorm is a robust thunderstorm. Thunder shower is you could have thunder and lightning, but it's not something that would be severe or close to severe. So the next couple of days, I'm calling them thunder showers. I have a big problem with meteorology. Some meteorologists, even the Weather Service, are showers, 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 showers. In a snowstorm. You expect snow all day, and they say snow showers. No, that's called snow, steady snow. Whew, boy. I better just shut up and get back to the weather. Okay, so what happens then is this is Tuesday morning and afternoon and evening. So tomorrow we'll start to get showery all the way northward to Traverse City and to maybe Houghton Lake and maybe actually to Bay City, Saginaw, and the southern part of the state. Where you see the light gray, that's less than a tenth of an inch. That's a quick shower. Where you see the green, that's a tenth, 2/10. That might have a thunder shower in it. Wednesday, again, the scattered thunder showers roam the state, more so in the south half than in the north half. Thursday, possibility again, and then Thursday night and Friday morning is when the cold front moves through. So you only get a period of thunderstorms at that point. And then behind it, there might be what we call a little bit of wraparound colder moisture on Saturday. And let's look out. And this pattern looks very cyclical. So here's another strong cold front middle of next week. And then here's another system. So we've gone from the time of year where you get all day rains to the time of year where you get an hour. If you missed the live, you cannot find it on YouTube for a couple of days. Okay, this is a good point, and this is a good thank you for that point. What it is they have a privacy setting that you can only watch it live now, and then our social team turns it to visible at noon. So it's not a couple of days, Bill. If you go back afternoon, and I don't want to put words in their mind, but we've talked about, can't that be inched back to, sooner than noon? I don't know their reasoning for that, but you are correct that you can't find it on YouTube recorded until about noon. So here are the high temperatures today. We're talking 82 in Traverse City, 83 in Grand Rapids, 80 in Oakland County, 81 in Saginaw. Very little lake breeze right on the beach. You'll be cooler in the 70s. Here's tomorrow. Again, remember, we're going to start to get showers. And so these will be warm upper 70s and warm showers. Wednesday, temperatures highs in the upper 70s. Thursday, ahead of the cold front, usually the hottest day. And I think for May 16th, we can call 80 to 85 hot. And then Friday, remember, the cold front will be coming through, but you might still be warm before that cold front comes through. And then we go to Saturday, and it will be still quite warm in the far south, while the north could be quite a bit cooler in the 50s for a couple of days before it comes back. The other thing I want to point out is in that signature, I use what I call situational forecasting or pattern recognition. We were taught this a long time ago at my first weather job at a weather consulting firm in Chicago. Look at the pattern. What would it do? And so the Storm Prediction Center says that this is Thursday 8 a.m. to Friday 8 a.m. along that cold front and warm front, and they say that a severe weather outbreak is possible somewhere in that region. And again, timing and location are very important when we get to severe weather situations. And of course, that timing and location can change by 6 hours from now to Thursday. So it doesn't change dramatically, but in the scope of severe weather location and intensity, it is dramatic. So we'll just keep an eye on that and know that, for example, here's how I used that personally. We took the boat out on the lake for the first time yesterday, Mother's Day, and that's what my wife loves to do. So her and my daughter, son-in-law, some grandkids went out there. We don't have dock in yet, so I toyed with, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just skewer it into the lake bottom, and then we're going to put the dock in this weekend. And then I said, Thursday, Friday looks kind of brutal. I wouldn't want a squall line to come through with severe weather and all this stuff. And so we took it back out. That's how you use it. You prepare for something that is exposed to severe weather, a construction project. Someone building a shed and says, well, I don't know. You probably would build it so that it wouldn't blow down. But if you're halfway through it, you got to prepare for something like that. There's another tangent. Whew. Hope I'm not going to be like this all day. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Again, do this every day, 8:30 to 9:30. Best way to know when I'm live is to download the MLive app. It's a free app, okay? MLive is the 7th most trafficked local news site in the country. So, of course, people that are unscrupulous and want to profit off of that have developed MLive lookalike apps that charge $15 to download, I've been told. Stuff like that. The true MLive app has the MLive logo, and it is free. You allow notifications, and then I tell the notification people at MLive, I'm about ready to go live. They hit the notification button, you get notified, and then I start somewhere shortly thereafter. It's improved over Facebook. It's definitely improved over Facebook because you can control if you get the notification from me. On Facebook, it was, uncontrollable. So, hey, there you go. Thanks for joining me, and we will keep you updated on all the good weather and maybe some of the stormy weather as we get through the week. Take care.